The European Tour of LCR continues to march here, of course, for round 12 at the Temple of Speed in Italy, Monza, for what sets to be one of the classics of the calendar. My name, of course, is the voice of LCR Nut Head, alongside me, the OG voice of LCR in F1, Ben. And let's have a look at just a few minutes ago. We'd had a gripping and epic qualifying session, and here is your grid for it. So it's another pole position to add to the books for Tibor. He starts on pole position and nicked it from the two Renaults, with Felipe another strong qualifying right alongside him in P2. Row 2 consists of ERL, the man 7 from 7 in the last 7 weeks. I've said that a lot, with VSR Alex alongside him in P4. Row 3 in the end goes to KJ Gamer at the head of it, with second place in the championship. It amazed another disappointing qualifying start from 6th. Looking at row 4 then, it goes to Kazuka Shito, the lone full-time Toro Rosso driver today, with LCR Mulder alongside him in P8. And row 5, rounding out the top 10, we have Melanie, the Flying Finn, starts from 9th, with Cloneship making a 5.10 for Williams, a respectable effort for them. And outside the top 10, row 6, with fresh choice of tyres, comes the reserve of York in the Toro Rosso. So Kazuka Shito is the full-time Toro Rosso driver, him just flying the flag for him this week. LK starts from 12th, rounding out the Frenchman for this one. Row 7 consists of the Greek of John Pat, with the Red Bull of Sims starting from 13th and 14th. Not, I'm sure, how they would have envisioned it. Row number 8 goes to Boris Letterbox in the Alfa Romeo, with LCR Apex at Ferrari's home Grand Prix starting from 16th. And on row 9, starting at the back of the field, is VSR GC and the Haas, and Judas Avenge and the Ferrari, making it 16th and 18th for Ferrari at their home Grand Prix. But as I mentioned, one of course is the voice of LCR Nut Head, alongside me, the OG voice of LCR in F1, Ben. Ben, what a qualifying session that was. It was utterly thrilling.
I'm still out of breath, I'll be honest. That was an absolute phenomenal session. Tibor stopping what looked to be a very dominant Renault performance. Good qualifying from Alex and Amaze to get 4th and 6th. Crucially, of course, that they are behind Tibor, so that's something they'll definitely have to be cautious of. One thing we'll be making consequences to is about place in the championship. 121 for Amaze, 115 for Tibor, and 109 for Alex. That'll definitely be something that could be massively impactful if the ERL driver wins the race.
Yeah, this could be the one that the Frenchman's been waiting for. It's been a topsy-turvy season, but he currently finds himself 3rd in the championship. Outside the top 10 as well, quickly talking about it whilst the drivers make their way for the final corners. Outside the top 10, fresh choice of tyres. Then from 12, LK went for softs, and then from 13th down to 17th because of John Pap, Sims, Boris, LCR Apex and VSR GC on the mediums, and soft tyres for Judas Avenge, which actually means the Ferraris are doing this alternate strategy with each other. So they're swapping the strategy round to, despite the fact Brad's behind, he's going to be on the soft, probably going to try and get past his teammate in the early stages. But here in Monza, it definitely ignites a fuel in a lot of the drivers' mindsets. They plan to go for moves and plan to really attack in the opening laps. The final few cars park up on the grid. Judas Avenge, the final man of 18, as LCR gets ready to create its legacy here in Monza. And we get ready for the 5 red lights to come on in what has been a serious season, but this round could be Tibor's day as we get ready for the 5 lights. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and LCR Season 8 is off in Italy. Finally, good start there from KJ on the 3rd row. Listen to for Zero. Not good start as well as now. We're trying to go for the inside of both Felipe and Zero. Down towards them on Tibor lead. KJ down the inside of Zero. What a start from the Brit. He now hits Tibor. Tibor's gone into half spin. There's a spinner as well. That's Cuchito's gone into his team, and that was York coming out of turn 2 and Mays on the 3rd as well. Come on, absolutely nowhere. KJ still holding on now. Takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. So it's KJ from Tibor and Mays. Zero and Felipe down to 4th and 5th. Alex holding on to 6th. Down towards the 2nd running. Round the outside goes Tibor. Couldn't quite. And Mays down the inside of him though. There might be contact. There is contact. The Mercedes goes off. The Renault then come together. Just about though. Felipe breaks. Zero gets through. He's up in the 3rd. Absolute chaotic start. Felipe down the inside of Mays going through towards lane 1. He just about managed to squeeze him out and get the move done. And I said Italy brings out a fire in the drivers. It most certainly has. It's been absolute carnage, Ben. Cars everywhere.
I'll be honest, I was watching too far back down the field. I was expecting an accident in the midfield, not at the front. I didn't see that. What happened at the front? I had to rewatch it on the stream. As I was rewatching on the stream, everything started kicking off behind. What the? I can't even say the words I want to say right now, but there are a lot of them and they involve swearing. T-Ball has reclaimed the lead for KJ. KJ just let him go on the straight, I assume as an apology. But T-Ball got a 3-second time penalty from it, so... I don't know.
All the way, here goes the two Mercedes down towards turn one. Drolex is down the inside of his teammate here. There could be contact. There very nearly was. No love lost between them. There's cars. Oh, there's cars everywhere. There's John Pap, York, Crescito. Oh my goodness me.
York came together with Crescito. No, not York, sorry. John Pap came together with Crescito. And then and then John Pap came together with Melody. We're trying to rejoin the track. My head hurts.
Oh dear.
Mental couple of laps. As KJ is already starting to lose taps on T-Ball. And Asira is not wanting to let that go.
Full
Back of the field.
Exit Lesmo 2.
I said
good news at all for Ferrari.
I was saying to you before the race, like, it's such an awkward traction zone. And I think Brad has found that out. Maybe he got some help, but we'll unfortunately not know until the stewards report comes out later on tomorrow. Rosito's cleared Amazed. And what's crucial here as well, the top three already have a second gap over Felipe, Amazed, and Dralex. As Rosito has fallen to the back of the field behind GC, John Pap, and Apex. We're going 3 wide. John Pap goes into the pits. Apex and GC, I think, are going to continue their battle from last week. But to be fair, GC nearly killed off the field.
Interesting call here. The Mercedes have swapped positions. So after last lap's sort of moment of Dralex has now been let through by Amaze, so he now goes up to 5th and looks to try and hunt down Filippo. It's a bit of a world of his own, by the way, especially Italy. 1.7 seconds ahead of someone at 1.4 after 3 laps. Really does go to show you are in a bit of no man's land, especially with all the DRS strains you're going to get around here. Speaking of which, Adlesmo 2, and to be fair, the top 3 are going to stick together like super glue, and you do wonder, what can Felipe do? Because he hasn't got DRS, these guys have. Tibor looks to be in a racing mood.
Oh! Not KJ, sorry, Sarah mounting the curves. Then he mounted himself into the barrier. Not good there for him. Somebody else is there.
Further down, GC being passed by Crescito, so he is now into 15th further down the field. Of course, in terms of position changes, he's been one of the biggest downsides after the contact that he's suffered. As KJ gets very close to the back of Tibor going through the first Ferrante. Meanwhile, York versus Melanie here. This is a battle that I would actually pay to see between these two respectable Team LCR members. And York into 8th, Melanie down to 9th. Of course, York taking part in the Football Manager EFL Cup. In fact, just as Wigan Athletic, of course, his favourite team, now taking on Newport County in the second. Oh! Came out earlier today. Boris, though, trying to find a way past down towards the second runner. He is down the inside of the flying fin and takes advantage. Ruthless, but fair.
Beautiful move there for Boris. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, that is racing in a nutshell, that is. That was glorious. Boris, the highest mover so far this race, on 6. You can see why after that. But one thing I want to quickly bring up. What do you think KJ is going to pick up a penalty after that turn 1?
I do think it was a bit of an audacious. I mean, you could say he was trying to break late to defend, because, you know, he was, 3 wide with Felipe and Sirius, and one of them had to try and break late, and ultimately it was just that tad bit too late. I do think it could be some sort of warning given or something like that, but I think if Tibor gets his 3 seconds moved, I would say that's justice done. But meanwhile, he still had DRS, but Sirius dropped a second. This could slowly turn.
Well, we said we look forward to the. We said a couple of races back. We look forward to the race where Sirius beating. It'll probably be a cracker. We've had 5 brilliant laps so far, and Sirius had DRS with the top 2. Is this the day where the mighty shall fall? Not if KJ keeps making mistakes in the chicane.
Well, of course, Syrah has only finished in 2 positions in LCR. It's either first or he didn't make the checkered flag. As meanwhile, Boris just went on the inside of York at Lesmo 1. Now through Lesmo 2. York trying to get back on the inside line. Couldn't quite. Boris snaps the back end. York has the advantage of the DRS. He might try to move down towards Ascari. It's a bit of a sort of comeback to say, well, that was a bit aggressive, should we say. Down towards Ascari. York is trying to look for a way past. Couldn't quite. Melanie also there. But also Clone Troop. And Melanie's teammate LK is into the gravel. Bit of contact. And you have to say it was because neither was willing to give up at Ascari.
Like I said, at Ascari is a difficult move because if you're on the outside, you kind of hope the guy on the inside is going to back out, or you have to back out. But if you back out too late at Ascari, there's not a pretty little runoff like you get like Russia. No, it's all gravel. So you're spending about an hour getting out of it. Luckily for LK, he only lost one place. Here comes Sims on Clone Troop. Pretty's DRS pass up into P11. But Duke's not the best drive today, has he? So far, anyway.
It's not been. Yeah, I mean, there's still plenty to go, of course. You know, he started in 10th place and now down to 12th. He's now trying to come back at Sims, going down towards the second Ferrante. He breaks late. Is Sims going to try and hold it? In fact, I think Sims sort of let him go, maybe. Still thinking that the softs are the quicker tyre. In terms of what driver I would like to watch out for, the highest medium runner, Boris. He's in 8th position. He's 10 seconds off the leader, and he's on the alternate strategy. KJ therefore makes it fair game between the top two. 3-second time penalty, and as you mentioned in qualifying, there's going to be an abundance of them this weekend.
If the winner doesn't have a penalty, they are an alien. And if Cyril wins, then he's just, well, he's an alien anyway. So he's a double alien. Hey up. Currently I'm commentating.
But here we go down towards turn 1. KJ closing in on Tibble. Is he going to look for a move? Nope. Thinks better of it now coming through the first couple of corners. Very smooth exit though, I have to say. There's slight issues with Ben at the moment, but we'll continue on nevertheless. Going around the curve of Grande. Sierra now 1.9 seconds back. Interesting as well, the train of Dralix, Amaze and Mola now caught up to Felipe as well. So now there's a good opportunity for the Canadians to have a bit of a go at the second of the two Renaults, despite the fact they qualified in the different order of Felipe ahead of his teammate. As you can see, they are down positions due to the KJ fiasco, I think we'll call it. Still plenty of the way left to go. Only lap 7 of 27, so about 2-3 laps potential before we start seeing the soft runners come in for a set of the medium compound tyres. On board with Dralix down towards Ascari. Not close enough this time around. Amaze still in the rear view mirrors of him. Also saying, you know, I'll let you through, but you're not exactly flying away from me. So you get time to get a move on. From one side of the Mercedes camp to the other. They don't want to keep swapping engines too much, but that will just cost them a lot of time. So here we go out of the final corner. GC gets a 3-second time. We're on board here with KJ on the battle against Tibble for the race lead. Coming down towards turn 1, gets closer and closer with the DRS. Is he going to think about a lunge? Of course, we saw back in season 4 one of the most iconic moments of LCR, the LCR Hayden absolute lunge into the first couple of corners. He made it stick, and I have to say, it was about 50 metres back. I think he's got a gift of it somewhere, so if you ever want to find it, ask Hayden about the Italy dive bomb. He could probably tell you a chronologue of events leading up to it. But meanwhile, Felipe against Dralix against Amazed. Mulder has dropped back. I think there's been a mistake from the Dutchman, which has meant he's lost time, and also Boris now closing up 1.1 between those two. That could be an interesting fight in the laps to come. Boris still flying on his set of medium compound tyres. Gap to leader 10.3, so he's still within the hunt to carry on this race. Dralix now open the DRS on Felipe, heading down towards Ascari. KJ still in the mix of Tibor, and Syrah 2.3 seconds back from the Williams. So you do wonder, is this round finally not going to be the one of Syrah's? 3-second time for Mulder at the back of this train. I say the back, he's now about 2.8 behind these guys. Coming down towards Parabolica, Dralix is getting close. This could be his opportunity to find a way past the Brazilian. Good exit out of Parabolica could be the key to that one. Speaking of good exits, KJ is within an arm's reach of the Frenchman, and this could be a good chance. In fact, he's going fairly slowly, potentially saving the DRS. John Papp has gone out of the session. Safety car is deployed, and immediately Dralex came into the pits, Mulder in, Boris into the pits. Let's see what tyres they go on. It's medium tyres for Dralex. It will have to be hards for Boris, as Mulder also going to go onto a set of mediums. The Alfa Romeo of Boris, though, is going to be forced onto the hard compound tyres, and indeed is. Everyone dives it in, bar the leaders, who, of course, have to make their way round. This could have just changed the face of this Grand Prix. A lot of people getting free pit stops. Dralex definitely being number one for that list. Apex staying out on his set of mediums, so he can potentially lead after the safety car restart. Yeah.
What's happened?
Back, Ben?
I'll explain the circumstances of the event. I came back in my room twice. I looked and nothing has changed. I came back and sat down at my chair. Suddenly, there's a safety car, John pops out, and everybody's coming to the pits, bar the top 5. Plus Apex. What has happened?
So I didn't see what. So first of all, I didn't see what happened to John Pat, but I just saw Dralex Lead Edition go into the pits, and I saw John Pat retired, safety car, instantly. Because now we're in an interesting spot, because these guys are going to have to pit, but they're still stuck by deltas. But of course, Dralex is stuck by a delta. I don't know how this is going to work. You know, this could be close. So Tibor in, everyone in.
Well, they haven't reached the safety car. The safety car is currently stopped down at turn 3. So, I presume it's still a free pit stop. I presume. So, I think Dralex might not take the lead. It depends on whether he decides to absolutely motor it on the straight, which he has got. He's put the foot to the floor. The Apex will take the race lead, and yeah, he hasn't gained. He's jumped Syrah. In fact, Amaze has jumped Syrah. Amaze has. I wonder if Syrah had damage. No, it's a Renault double stack. Well, that'll explain it.
No, but obviously Felipe's not going. Felipe's going to be held, but Syrah wouldn't be because he's the first car in. There must have been some sort of issue at that pit stop, because that was just not at all a good pit stop, because they've come out. I reckon it could have been he just got stuck in the pits. That sometimes it can happen. You just can't get the revs up. The car just sits while you're trying to get yourself going. And Amaze could have had the perfect stop. But yeah, a front wing change could have been the most likely thing.
It'll
Maybe
be
that
interesting
explains why he dropped off.
Possibly. I mean, he felt that was nearly 2. That was like nearly 2 seconds at one point, wasn't it? I know it got pretty bad.
He come out massively.
Now, this leaves to the end Tebow and KJ. Obviously, everybody now to the end. I think the wild card this situation is Apex, because he's been on these tyres at the start, which is going to irritate both all Dralex, Amaze, Syrah, and everybody else. Also, Mulder. I think
the only good thing is you know, the Jinder Mahal of LCR has got himself in the third. You know, the Tifosi are probably losing absolute marbles here. I reckon they just want to win the Grand Prix. Should we just end the Grand Prix now? Where's the checker flag?
Yeah.
Because to be fair, Apex would win because they've got time penalties ahead. So I'm just saying.
Has he got... Let me just double check he's got a penalty before we continue this. Apex has a penalty.
Oh, fuck. I was going to say, wait to check the flag, get it done. Yeah.
He has a 5-second time penalty, so Dralex to win. To be fair, I'm 98% confident Dralex hasn't won the season. No, he hasn't. He finished twice second is the best result. So, that's a good. That's kind of surprising to be fair. Dralex hasn't picked up history this season.
He's
second twice.
We know that much.
I think anybody's due a win who came second with Syrah.
Yeah, true. That's what I always used to say in F1 XL with Jolly. He's so OP in the league. He's so far ahead. Right? If you come second, I always say you came first in the non-Jolly class because it's like LMPs.
Congratulations.
This is the top division, by the way.
Congratulations, this is LMP. You've won the LMP2 class.
Basically, yeah, it's what it feels like.
And I feel like that's sometimes the case with LCR, unfortunately. It's always been we're the ridiculously OP people. So, your Syrahs, your Leopards, Amaze, Dralex. These guys who are always going to win a race during a season. And then you get towards the back of the field, you've just got Apex, Drizzards, Melody to an extent as well, Boris sometimes. The guys who turn up consistently for fun, who race here for fun, not because they want a free t-shirt.
Well, the contest is on the line, and here in Monza, we've just had a very big dynamic. Oh dear. Oh dear.
No, Apex penalty.
Oh,
KJ nearly. The reason why that was because KJ was millimeters, and I mean millimeters, from clobbering the back of Tebow.
Yeah, I was on board with KJ at that moment.
Yeah, I saw back on the screen.
So, given the fact that we're in for a treat of a Grand Prix anyway, and this one has very much made it a straight up shootout from here to the end of the Grand Prix. Tibor picks his moment to go. He chooses now. KJ was caught napping. Apex was sort of there, but Dralex is very much on the back and then down towards turn one. This could be a crucial move immediately for him. Meanwhile, Boris and I believe that is walking the background side by side, battling it away down towards turn one. Green flags wave. We can get back to racing. Down the inside goes the Canadian on the Ferrari at Ferrari's home territory. The Mercedes passes, and May's trying to take them around the outside as well, coming out of turn two. He just about does. Next on Apex's hit list is Syrah coming out of the curve of Grande. Syrah's pass as well. 3 cars down in one corner, and Apex very much driving conservatively. And the crucial fact as well is look at the gap already between KJ and Dralex. It could be a two-way fight from here on out.
Syrah is looking dangerous. Learned from experience recently, when you have an angry Syrah coming at you, you get out of the way. There's been some interesting, Syrah's had some interesting accidents recently, where he's coming back from bad situations and it's ended badly for him. Let's hope for his sake, this doesn't happen today. Though it'd be nice to come over some absolute chaos. Mulder's up in P6. Well, and nearly crashing.
Apex just wanted a piece of him on the highlights, didn't he? That's what he wants.
Yeah.
But here comes Syrah.
Wait,
the
what
inside
highlights?
of Amaze, the two protagonists of the championship. Down the inside goes Syrah on Amaze. Long way round for the Scotsman on the defence. It's not enough this time. Coming down towards one though, they'll get the slipstream opportunity back. There's no DRS because we've just come back to safety car conditions. Here we go, outside line for Amaze. This is what we've been waiting for all season long, and it's only for 4th place. Around the outside goes the Scotsman, trying to break like bit of contact between the two. Just about managed to hold their own. Coming through two, skipped across the curb. Syrah then forced onto the curb, round the outside, and finally Amaze ends up on top. And the first round might have gone to Amaze, but has it? Coming down towards the second Varante now. The first one was Amazed. The second one is going to be Amazed as well. He holds on for now. Amazed 4th, Syrah 5th.
That was slightly aggressive. I was on board with Syrah. And they just banged wheels like 4 times in that entire exchange. Clean but fair is the best way of looking at that. Syrah's going to come back now. No DRS at the moment. Also, note as well, this guy's a 4 out of DRS. Dralex is falling out of DRS in the top 2. As KJ picks up a second penalty. Oh dear.
That's not how you book your ticket in the trying to stake your claim to win this one. Of course, has won this season. Coming at the Monaco Grand Prix. Has been filled with very much one-time winners. Of course, Melanie won there back in season 5. And it's always been, season 6. Meanwhile, what is going on here between Apex, Jork and Clone Troop? A right old ding-dong out of the Parabolica. But here comes Syrah coming down towards 1. He's getting close to Amaze. Remember, we still got that freeway train behind, but here goes Syrah to the outside. Amaze tries to brake late. Might have been too late, potentially, for the comeback at the exit of turn 2. It's not enough.
They were 4 wide! Oh, God! I went towards the group at the back. Apex, Crescito, York, and Fletcher were 4 wide. Tebow picks the penalty. That's pretty darn crucial. Apex and Crescito now side by side into the chicane. Crescito will break fairly late, but Apex breaks later.
Oh!
I'm surprised Apex is defending, but damn right he is. Now Felipe's in this little scrap. Felipe, the guy who I predicted the race win earlier on, and well, he's 12th, battling the season world champion. And managed to Nelson on Raiders. Side by side goes Apex and Crescito. Crescito goes through. Flow Troop stays by for now. He'll be the next one on the list. Much better run for Ascari. You can tell the tyres on Apex is absolutely vanished. Oh, man.
Well, strap yourselves in. This could be a really interesting fight. And it's only, at the moment, the train for 4 points. This is how interesting this race has just gotten. Here comes Clone Troop now on Apex, heading down towards turn 1. They'll both have DRS, so no advantage there really, except the extra toe that Clone Troop gets being right on the exhaust of Apex. Heading down towards turn 1, Felipe has looked to the inside as well. He can't quite. He then backs off to try and cover LK. He just about does. Clone Troop still trying to find a way around the outside. Apex holds on. Felipe still trying to get himself involved as well. We've got to sort of look up front because Sirius got back close to Amaze and KJ is within an arm's reach of Tibor as they both carry 6 seconds worth of penalties. As Sira there went a bit deep at the exit of the second Verante. Oh, I don't know where to look.
Yeah. I think that's kind of situation for everybody right now.
Cheers off.
Oh my! That was a bit close. Very, very close right now. Is Apex and Glow Troop. Glow Troop with red exit goes to the outside line now. All the way up to Ascari. Doesn't really have the speed on the straights. Apex is DRS as well. No, he does not. But Glow Troop's got no ERS to help. Right the outside. Felipe trying to go for the do or die. Does not work. Okay, Melody and Sims pulling out of Melody. This is like F2. Well, actually, you know what? This is Talladega NASCAR. This is Talladega. Down the inside goes Felipe on Apex. Will he chop? Yes, he does. Melody and Sims up on board with Sims. Sira's got himself past the bays on the pit straight. Breathe. It's very much between LK and Felipe side by side. Apex is going back up this. Big block. LK still side by side. Sims in the background, side by side with Melody. I'm not asthmatic.
This is for 1 point.
Literally 1 point. This is mental. LK is through. Felipe is through. I can't breathe.
Take a minute. It's getting a bit carnage. We'll go up front. Because he's now down to 5th. Sira's up to 4th. And interestingly as well, in terms of penalties...
Boris on the inside of Boulder. Ascari forces Boulder out and clears him P6. Up for Boris. Putting me on for another great result. Also, Sira's back in DRS and Alex.
So, Tibor 1 penalty. KJ 2, interestingly, Dralex none. So he's in a fantastic position. Sira none, Amaze none. Boris, he's one of the ones that, in fact, I have to commend for. He never really gets a penalty unless he's literally forced off the circuit and gets a 3 second for cutting the track straight up. But yeah, so the 2 leaders that have been the protagonists might not even win the race as Felipe has got back past LK in the mad dash for the point.
It's very interesting towards back in the field. Sarah is now very close to the back of Dralex and has shown some really good late race pace. I want to bring your attention quickly to the battle of 2nd place and the fact that T-Bolt is now currently 6th P2. If the results were to end as they are, as Melanie clears 7th P12, the results as they are, T-Bolt will go 2nd, Amaze 3rd, and Dralex 4th. Dralex will be a lot closer to his teammate. And T-Bolt, well, will be a lot closer to the front of the field.
Well, when does the teammate love end? Because at Renault it's fairly different in the championship, so they can both respect each other. Mercedes have always been quite close. Alfa Romeo, I think Boris might understand that Tibor's probably a little bit faster than him potentially on average. So I think there is that sort of thing, but at Mercedes it is straight up 2 people duking it out. Speaking of duking it out, Apex, GC and Brad continue on a brilliant run. We've got Foreman, but here comes Sira on Dralex down towards turn 1. He tries to think about it, couldn't quite. And this, interestingly, you do wonder if Sira's stuck
Felipe
in the same sandwich.
P9 down the inside goes for Brazilian on Clone Troop. Pretty comfortable move. Up in a P9. He'll be targeting York.
What?
Apex and GT as well.
Mr. What could have been for well, really for Dito Felipe one of these days. But Apex now down to 15th, going to get passed by his teammate as well. And you do wonder that those tyres have probably had it. It's time to come in, call of the day really, and just hold out the final few laps.
Save the car.
Clone still here. Clone trips off. Second Varante claims another victim, and that seems to be more quite a spot where people can make mistakes.
Yeah, Sierra's still over the back of Ralex. Arguably, these two scrapping helps Amazed a lot. Not only because they're battling over position, you could mug both of them, but if Sierra gets in front of Ralex, helps the championship even more. I think Amazed would like to finish second place. As Drake starts to move on the straights. Here comes the wild Sierra.
Down the inside towards the first two corners, picks it out, picks his spot, tries to get past, and does. Sierra ruthlessly taking P3 away from the Canadian, and now you wonder, given the pace, what's going to happen for Mercedes?
Well, I think the two Mercs are about to go at it. I think Sierra might be able to break DRS if he's able to actually get some ERS. Might be able to actually break them. Up front, I think KJ is beginning to start a mounted challenge on T-Ball. T-Ball seems a bit more comfortable on ERS compared to KJ. I think we might be seeing these two going at it in the latter stages of this race. T-Ball makes a little bit of a mistake at the first Ascari, and then KJ crashes again at the third part of Ascari.
The question is who does that battle in benefit? If anyone, it's Sierra. And I can't even saying this, given the race he's had, it might be 8 wins for me.
Well, the penalty situation kind of intrigues us. Sierra doesn't have a penalty, has a single warning. Is it possible?
Well, he's 6 seconds. So both the drivers ahead have got 6 seconds off penalties, and they're 4.5 seconds behind him.
Felipe Stroke on your. Obviously, remember though, T-Ball. This race all, I think at the moment, as it stands, this race all comes down to what's happening with T-Ball's 3 seconds from the first lap. Because it wasn't his fault he got 4 seconds chicane. So will Mr. Apex, basically, decide that, okay, this doesn't deserve a penalty? We're watching a great battle here between Felipe and York over P8. York's actually done very well, actually. It's his first race in LCR for a little while. His last appearance came all the way back at round 5 in Azerbaijan. But a good little return drive from him. But at the moment, the official result will stand as Sierra to T-Ball KJ. But if T-Ball gets his 3 seconds taken off, T-Ball breaks the streak. T-Ball, in this case, is Brock Lesnar. Possibly.
As Felipe gets another 3-second time penalty, this could very much be one of them days where you didn't expect it, and you know, all of a sudden, because let's face it, at the checkered flag, Sierra will take the victory, but it's all the stuff that happens post checkered flag that could impact what happens. I mean, of course, if you're not involved elsewhere, you're not actually going to know until next week, potentially. You might have to wait until we travel to Russia, and you'll find out, oh, Tibble won because he got the penalty taken off, or actually, you know what, they claim that it was legitimate. I personally think it should be taken off because it was a straight up penalty, wasn't it? There was no warning or anything. It was just 3 seconds, and it was all down to a bit of a bump from KJ. I don't think KJ deserves that much action for it because he was trying to defend his position and just broke maybe a tad too late. Maybe a warning would be suffice, and remove the 3 seconds be enough, just sort of a slap on the wrist, if you will.
Do you think there's a chance that they'll take T-Ball's penalty off and add it onto KJ? In fact, you know what? It's not even going to be. It's not even going to be that. At the moment, it's going to be Sierra Dralex.
Yeah.
Dralex only has 1 warning. In fact, it makes this penalty. It nearly was 3rd, 4th, and 5th as your podium. Nearly. As it stands, it's Sierra Dralex T-Ball. KJ's not even get a podium.
So,
well.
yeah. I think that one's secure, though. I do think the KJ case is fairly secure.
Oh,
Thibault's gone deep. He's gone massively deep there as Mulder gets past Boris further down in P6. But this could be a bit of igniting of the fire here for KJ. Seeing Thibault make a mistake like that, and KJ is within an arm's reach of him now.
Genuine chance. This might get very, very interesting. For the old Apex play, he's now last. That's what was seemed very, very promising. Unfortunately, forward to last place. Now, KJ.
Talk about returning the favour.
Yeah.
It does make you wonder, though, if Dralex is listening in or knows what happened. In his mind, he could be thinking, you know what? If I challenge Syrah here, I could win the race.
He is. At the moment, he is challenging Syrah.
If he really does put up a fight and them two have a, let's say, for instance, lose time, Thibault could still win this race. I don't see out of the question. With 5 laps to go, all it takes is one real moment like we saw between Amazed and Syrah earlier on, and this race is blown wide open.
I think the problem is for Dralex, Syrah gets such a good exit off Parabolica. He doesn't seem to have a straight line speed to come back at him. With 20, well, how long to go? Just under 5 laps to go. It's almost going to be sprint lobby-esque, I've got a feeling too. And if we end up with a very, very late safety car, probably approximately there only being one retirement. If we get a late safety car like we did in Belgium, this could go absolutely mental.
It could be, yeah. This could be a real
grand slam finish.
Still watching the battle between Mulder and Boris. This is an incredible fight here, looking towards Lesmo 1. Been on and off, as now Mulder getting another word for an awful turn in at Lesmo 1. This is the one you need to struggle at, and he's got it actually fairly right. But in an arm's reach to the outside, down towards Ascari, long way around. Syrah penalty. That's crucial. Amazed penalty as well. So Dralex for win.
Dralex, as it stands, is winning. I hope, my God, he can hear. He can't hear us right now. Because I hope he doesn't know.
Here comes KJ. Here comes KJ. Down towards turn 1. Oh, he got very close. I thought that was going to be the lap. I thought
he was going to send it. I saw a great battle here. It went literally to the last lap. It was between CRG Pico and Tyrrell Liberless. WR Series Season 7. It was a great battle all the way onto the last lap, and JD went for it on the last lap and pulled it off. Is that what we're going to see here between these two? I've got a video.
Penalty!
That's it!
Thibault!
That's it, surely!
Penalty! Oh no!
That's 9 seconds on track. Including with the 6 seconds, Dralex is definitely winning at the moment.
Yeah, but he's fought. But to put perspective, the gap is about 5.6.
It's about 6. Then we got the exact gap. The exact gap is 5.8 seconds. Oh God! I was just about to update people on how the championship's going to look as it stands. I'm not going to bother at the moment.
Don't bother.
My head hurts.
Just leave it. Leave it. 3 laps to go, left of the Italian Grand Prix. We've still got the on-track fight between KJ and Thibault coming out of Parabolica now for lap 24 of 27.
I think KJ's going to take this,
KJ's going to get the toe. This could be his chance. Simultaneously as well, Dralex is in arm's reach of Syrah. Down towards turn 1. He's waited 25 laps for this chance. Popped it to the inside. KJ Gamer down the inside on Thibault and flies past into the race lead. And for the first time
Dralex as well.
we've
gone for it. He's done it! Dralex takes P3! Boris clears their Mulder as well! Oh, this is going to be one hell of a last 3 laps! Dralex is through, but now, he doesn't have a penalty. So, the man you are currently, well, I'm not sure if you're looking at Dralex right now, but the man I'm currently looking at the moment, mathematically, is your race leader. Sort of. If he keeps within 6 seconds of race leader KJ, Dralex is your winner.
7 wins between the 3 men on the podium. The man sitting 4th has 9 in his LCR career. That is how tremendous this Grand Prix finish could be. Tibble, though, is prowling on the back of KJ. Sirra is prowling on the back of Dralex for P3. I don't know which way to turn. We'll go to the race lead, onto the penultimate lap of racing around Parabolica. Here comes Tibble to get back for lap 25, was finally the lap of the Williams, but lap 26 is back to business as usual. Tibble down the inside of KJ, heading down towards turn 1, flies on past, back into P1.
Moving.
Sirra trying to go left, right, couldn't quite find the way to get the proper toe, heading down towards turn 1. Sirra not close enough. Amazed.
Oh, nearly, sent it.
Very nearly. Thoughts about the send, couldn't quite, but out of turn 2, down towards the Curva Grande, and surely this time, once again, it will be Dralex. Sirra amazed if Dralex can hang on. Penalty for KJ!
KJ! Oh, God! 9 seconds for both KJ and Tibble. My head! Oh, God!
Because the thing
Usually...
is... Oh! KJ could have had a podium. He actually could have had a podium.
No, he's not.
He's got 9
I
seconds.
think so. I think he's lost it. Yeah, he's off the podium. He's lost it.
It was in the bag.
I just bit my hand. KJ, just in the mother of all saves. KJ Oscari. Again. 4 tenths between KJ. 3 tenths between KJ and Tibble. And
oh, he's lost it.
Lose it. That's it. Surely Tibble has the ultra. It's 5.9 seconds between KJ and Tibble.
Here comes Sirra. Watch out for Sirra and Dralex. Heading down towards turn 1. Where's he going to go? Sirra closing up, picks the outside line. Dralex under threat here on the final lap. Long way round for Sirra. Gets past into 3rd. And surely that is just smart driving from Dralex. And surely on his way to claiming a victory. Boris and LCR are battling side by side into turn 1. Moldek makes a bit of a contact with him in the end. I think Boris is going to lose out. He is indeed. And this is it. Last chance saloon for KJ. Going to be down towards Ascari. You couldn't make it up if you tried.
If this does not entertain you, why are you watching? Go away. Here comes KJ.
Here he comes.
Barry's.
DRS.
I'll let you do it.
Wide open.
All yours.
Closing up. Is he going to send it? He's getting closer. He's getting closer. He does go to the inside. Down towards Ascari. He's had to back off. He thought better of it. Trying to get the better exit out of Ascari now. But Tibble has nailed it. And that surely must be that. Heading down towards Parabolica. Yellow flag in second. I think it's LK that's lost it. It is indeed on the exit of Lesmo 1. Down towards Parabolica. Gets close. Gets very, very close. Tried to side Tibble out. But he's going to hold on. But we have no idea what the official results are going to be. But for now, Tibble's going to take the checkered flag. But it will be VSR Dralex with his 5th win in LCR history. He takes the victory in Italia. And the 2nd time after 7 weeks of domination, VSR Dralex breaks the curse in Italy. Dralex wins, Sirra 2nd. But Tibble could still win with that penalty removal.